What is happening? I am Minnesota Vikings man 28. And now that we beat the New Orleans Saints, will Mike Zimmer get a contract extension? Will Rick Spielman get a contract extension? And Kirk Cousins contract extension? I'll give my thoughts on that. But before we do that, a quick shout out to Territorial Zebra. There is your shout out right over there. So getting into this topic about contract extensions for Spielman, Zimmer, and Cousins, I feel like it starts from top down. So Spielman I think is the most protected out of all of them. I feel like since now we beat the Saints, I think he's guaranteed a contract extension. Zimmer, I think he is worthy of a contract extension. But how many years? He's already signed through 2020. All of them are signed through 2020, and then after that, they, Cousins will become a free agent, and Zimmer and Spielman, have to see and wait. So yeah. So Zimmer, I think he deserves an extra year for beating the New Orleans Saints. If he goes on to get to the NFC Championship game where we were a couple years ago, that will be, I think, 3 years. If we get to the Super Bowl, 5 years. And if we win the Super Bowl, please let that be true. 7 to 8 years. Who knows? And I don't know how much money that would be. Will it be like a John Gruden type of thing where, like $10 million a year, like 8 years, $80 million? I don't know. But this was before the Saints game. And Wilf said this: we value Mike and Rick's leadership, and we have every intent of Mike continuing as the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings and Rick leading our football operations next year and beyond. So every intent, of course, leaves room for a change of heart. But now that we won against the Saints, I think they are secured, especially Rick Spielman. So Kirk Cousins. Oh, Kirk Cousins. Not yet. So Kirk Cousins, we'll talk about his contract. So he needs to get to the NFC Championship game. We need to beat the 49ers in order for him to get a contract extension of some sort, because he needs to at least match Case Keenum. I mean, if Case Keenum can get to the NFC Championship game, surely Kirk Cousins should get to the NFC Championship game. But 49ers are not an easy task. They are not an easy task. So let's say he wins against the San Francisco 49ers. Contract extension? Possibly. I would say so. I don't know how long the contract extension would be, but, we'll see. And then if we get to the Super Bowl, I don't know how long that contract would be. Maybe an extra. So he would be 32. So maybe until he's like 30, 36, maybe 4 year. I don't know. Maybe another 3 years. And then if he wins the Super Bowl, make it extra 4 years. But definitely be paying more. $31 million next year. This is next year. So, yeah. I don't know how many millions of dollars a year it's going to be. It could be like a 4-year. I'm trying to do the math in my head. $100 and something $100 million contract. I don't know. That's if we win the Super Bowl, which can be very hard to do. But anything can happen. But Kirk Cousins needs to beat the San Francisco 49ers this Saturday in order to get a contract extension, in my mind. So, but how much? That's all left up to the Wilfs and Spielman, since Spielman's probably going to stay, which I love because he's great at picking people in the draft, especially late rounds. So, yeah. that's all I really got to say about that. Can't wait for Saturday's game. 3:35. I got it now. Injury report should be coming out later today. Hopefully, J-Ron Curse come back. Come back. Even though they put Sendeo in the slot, but need some extra help, some rest, rotation. So yeah, this has been Minnesota Vikings Man 28, and as always, Skull.